Hey guys, how you guys all doing today? I have a new idea that I'd like to implement today. A little bit of a different thing that I've ever tried before, but today I want to focus on a little bit more vocabulary expansion, but I want you guys actually to line up and come up here and write down a word that you guys are interested in learning and try and keep it civil, try and keep it somewhat like if you're just genuinely interested on a specific word, then yeah, that this would be a good time to do that. Especially if there's not a sign for it, we'll talk about it, especially too. So we're gonna learn together today. Don't write dumb shit. Alright, I will kill you. Alright, I will find you and I will fucking make you coffee. I swear to God I'll do it. So
Awesome.
what I want everybody to do
I'm
right now
thinking of a
is
dumb
everybody to
thing.
line up down the middle, and I want you guys to all come up here and I want you guys to write one word. Thank you guys all for writing down letters or words. So I think we have a pretty good amount of pretty good words actually. You guys have a lot of good questions. So
probably slower than you.
I want to start with the word espresso, right? So if you're trying to genuinely just talk about I like espresso, right? You would finger spell that, but a lot of people they use coffee, and if someone asks you which kind of coffee, it's similar to the sign for make, but you're not moving this hand. It's like you're grinding the coffee beans. Coffee. A coffee. You would use that for espresso. But if you're trying to specifically make it known that you like your coffee as the type of espresso, then yeah, you can just finger spell it. She made a good point too. That if you're just trying to talk about strong coffee, I guess that would be another way to do that. But yeah, so strong coffee or just coffee for espresso. It's a good one. I want to do it. I want to do eventually coffee shop signs, and I want to do like just food in general. So I think that'd be kind of cool. So information. I see people the sign for information be like this. So information. Yeah, knowledge is exploding out of your head. Information or news. Same for news as well. Oh, towards it. Yeah, teacher. Kind of similar for a lot of people. Oh yeah, if you're spreading the information for a lot of people, you would like this. But if it's just a smaller amount of people or a person, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Information. So that's why it's similar to the sign for teach, right? You're grabbing the information, you're pulling it towards somebody. So teach. Yeah. Explain. Another good one. So explain. You have F hands, and it's kind of similar to the sign for interpret, but you just shake it back and forth. So your hands are doing a motion like this for explain. Explain. But you're going towards outwards. Explain. The difference between this and interpret would be one hand is moving, the other one's stationary, and you're going up and down like this. So make sure you kind of emphasize that you're talking about the sign for explain. So explain. Yeah, interpret is a different sign, but a lot of the times they get easily confused. So, Chi, how do you do star? I see people do star kind of like this. Yeah, star. Star. I like that one. Star. Looking up into the sky. Star. I have a lot of stars all over the place. Maybe, hopefully. I like looking at the stars. We'll do a review too after this. I know I'm probably going a little fast, but we will review. The next sign is appreciate. So appreciate. It's the same sign for enjoy. So some people do like this. This is appreciate. Enjoy. Appreciate. I appreciate you. Or enjoy your food. Yeah, so appreciate and enjoy. Yeah. Appreciate. Mouse. Yeah, that's a no, who likes mice to be honest, right? Mice are cringe. But the sign for mouse, right? You have a D hand. Mouse. Now, if you're talking about a rat, you would do the same sign but with an R hand. So mouse. Or rat. Rat. Now, mousy, if you want to refer to mousy goes by mousy with a Y. You add a Y to it. Mousy. Mousy. Alright, I will show how to fingerspell this. Baka, because it is a Japanese sign. Chi will do if you need to brush up on your fingerspelling after the class is over. Chi will do a fingerspelling lesson. Thank you, Chi. You're awesome. So the sign for B, A, K, A. Baka. That means dumb or stupid in Japanese. You know, you smell like a baka. You smell like a baka. Here we go. One of the cool first like queer signs that we're gonna learn today. So bi is super easy. You would literally just fingerspell bi, like B-I, if my controller would agree with me. B-I. 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 My controller is fucked. I'm gonna have to buy a new one soon. Ah, what a messed up day. Ooh, I'm gonna double check this one just to see how people would do it in VR. Do you know how to do? Oh, like with the F hand? Eight hand, I mean? Eight, sorry. Yeah, eight. Yeah, true. Okay, cool. Yeah, so technician, you have a flat hand. You're doing an eight hand with this one. This is like your middle finger going downwards. That's the same that you use for like. And then you tap the side of your hand. So tap it, and that means technician. If you do tech person, this is the sign for tech. And you add the person classifier just like you would with teach person. It's the teacher, or learn person, the student. Tech person, the technician. Training.
No wonder.
Practice, yeah, the same sign for practice. So if you know the sign for practice, it's like you have your fist, and you have a finger on your non-dominant hand is the finger, and this is the sign for practice and or training. So practice, the same, or training, the same. Cool. Now the sign for want. The sign for want or wanted. So want would be you have two open hands and you're bringing them together. You're not together, but towards you. You want that. I want that. Now, if you're talking about how you wanted something, you're talking about past tense. And when you refer to something in the past, you always have to throw it back. Like before the sentence, you say like, "Oh, before or in the past, I wanted to go to school, but I'm lazy, so I said fuck that shit." But in the past, you wanted that. But if you're just talking about how you want something in the current, like you would just pull your hands together like this. I want that. I want that. Now, if you don't want something, there's only one difference. You pull it towards yourself, but then you push it away. I don't want that. I don't want that. You shake your head, no, you don't want that. Put some body into it. ASL is a very expressive language, so the more you don't want that, the more you can be like, nah, get that shit away, you know? I don't want. It's all about how much body you put into it that, depends on how serious somebody takes it. Anxious. There's a couple of different signs for anxious. I primarily stick to two ways of showing people anxious because it's a little bit easier for people to understand. So the first one I'll show you is this. You have your non-dominant hand stationary, you don't move it, and then you shake and rock your dominant hand back and forth. It means anxious or anxiety. Anxious or anxiety. In real life, what you would do is you would have a double X hand, and then you'd put it over another peace hand like this, like the sign for sitting, and then you rock it back and forth. It's to symbolize like a person that's like sitting there like anxiously, like not comfortable. You're anxious. Now, you see some people use this sign for anxious, but technically I try to teach this as the sign for nervous, just to distinguish the two differences because they're not all the same. Anxious and nervous are not the same. So this is it's similar to the sign for anxiety, right? Anxious, but then you just do it with open hands. You can be like nervous. Hey, I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm not feeling good. I'm nervous about today. You know? Okay. I don't know the sign for platonic, dude. I'm down to look it up though. Well, really quick. Is there just finger spell it? Oh my god, dude. My connection is trying to off its own. Yeah. Just use the sign for like love. The friend love or depends, yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. I guess it would depend on the situation. Yeah. Yeah, I would just finger spell platonic. So I can do that for you too as well. Platoni, if it would work with me, and C. Platonic. Platonic. If you're talking about what she was just explaining was if you're talking about like the two different types of love, right? So like if you just love your friend, you could use that. The sign for general love for something would be like the I love you sign. The I L Y. But all put together is I love you. So it'd be like I love that. I love my friends. They're cool, But you don't you're not in love with them. If you're like in love with somebody, like there's an actual sign for that. In love. In love. In love. And if you're talking about like in just general, like when you're saying I love like your family, your really close friends, your significant other, you would actually use like I love that. I love that. I love that person. I love my mom, you know. Sorry, mommy, but what? But you can yeah, you can use yeah, love for a relationship. But you also like keep in mind too, you will see people use like I love you and just like a normal way too. I'm sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. I can't read your fingers spelling that fast. More, yeah, romantic, yeah. More romantic, yeah, that's true. It is more romantic when you say it this way. But a lot of people in VR they use "I love you" as the same as like "I love you." So like I guess depending on the person you're talking to, you should know how much they actually genuinely love you. Yeah, it's yeah, it's true. It's more formal love. Yeah, this is like more formal love. Like I genuinely love you. So let's go gay and lesbian. So there's actually two very similar signs. There's only one difference. So the sign that you would do in general VR is you would do a G hand and you do it on your chin. But in real life, it would look like this with the actual real life G hand. But in VR, we have to make do with what we have, right? So G on the chin. Now, if you're a lesbian, there's only one difference. You're doing it with an L hand on the chin. But lesbian, lesbian. Sometimes, sometimes I use that for language. Depends on how if I'm trolling that day. Show what? Okay. Yeah. With a G hand. So this is the sign that you would do in real life for queer actually. This would be like the genuine sign for queer. Off the hand. It's kind of hard to do in VR though. You can do it like this in VR, but it's not gonna come out as like clear, and you're probably gonna be asked what that means, which is fine. Because I mean, the more people who start using something, the more known it becomes in the community. So, all right, the sign for restroom and bathroom, they're the same sign. It's actually literally just the sign for toilet, right? So in real life, you would do it with a T hand, and you would keep your palm facing away from you. and you would shake it away like this. But in VR, since we can't do a T hand a lot of the times, you would just indicate the T and then shake your hand like this. So T, toilet. I need go to the toilet. BRB. BRB. Cool. Now the sign for trans and transgender is the same sign as well. So the sign for trans. This is the sign for trans. You start off right here, and then you close your hand. Is it over the heart? Over the heart, yeah. So trans over the heart. Yeah, like this is where my heart is in real life. I don't know, buddy. My heart's right here too. I have two. Yeah. Trans. Go over your chest and close over your heart. Oh, male. Oh, male to. Are you talking about male trans? So if you're doing male trans or like female trans, yeah. So you would indicate that you're doing like man or male trans or female trans. Yeah. Yeah. Male trans or female trans. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick review before I go ahead and start telling you guys to meet another person. I'm sure there's again new people here. I want to start practicing this every class. I want you guys to conversate for like 10 or 15 minutes. Just hang out and vibe, get to know other people, practice reading sign. But this time, I want you guys to try and do it as much as you can with only sign, unless you don't know sign yet. If you're very new to sign, that's okay. You can talk. But I want you guys to try and practice signing at the beginning. So again, we're gonna go over everything. We're gonna do a quick review. Review. So you would do it with an R hand as well. That's another way to sign a review. Yep. Review. Oh, an R hand with the thumb out. Yeah, that's true. That's almost like can't do that in VR, no matter what mod you have. Yeah, sad. But okay, so you guys remember the sign for espresso? That's the same sign for coffee, if you know that one. So coffee, you're grinding it. You're grinding the coffee. Same sign for espresso. If you really want to talk about like strong coffee, you can sign strong coffee. Or you would just finger spell espresso if you're really trying to get the point across. Now, information. Again, information. What are you doing with it? If it's one person you're giving information to, person. Now, if you're doing it to a bunch of people, how would you do it? You're spreading the information. You're spreading the information. So the sign for spread, actually, I can cover that a little bit too. So the sign for spread is literally you're spreading something. So you'd be combining the sign for information and then spread as well. So spread, you're spreading information to a lot of people. The sign for explained. You guys know the sign for explained? Kind of similar to the sign for interpret, right? But one difference. You're going back and forth. Explain with an F hand. F hands. God, I hate my controller. Explain. Please explain. A sign for star. It's a sign for star. But I hope we got. I actually make sure we got everything. Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. I sort of destined star. You have a bunch of stars all over the place. Some people actually use this as the same sign for like firework. You would do like fireworks like this, exploding, but like, but star be like this. Star is also a very short word too, so you can actually finger spell it if somebody's not getting the point. I guess you're trying to make star. Now the next one, appreciate. Appreciate. If you appreciate someone or you enjoy some food, it's the same sign. You enjoy something. Appreciate. Appreciate. I appreciate you all coming to class today. It makes me happy. Now the sign for mouse and rat. Very important. Very important. We love our mouse here. We love our pet mouse. So how do you sign mouse? Mouse. Mouse or mousy. 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 And rat, the only difference would be you're doing it with an R hand. So rat, also a very important sign. Once again, the sign, how to fingerspell the sign for baka. So B-A-K-A. Now, if you really wanted to sign something like stupid, in like an American sign language, you would just use like dumb. Like you would, it's knocking on your head. Literally, it's just dumb. So, that's what I would use. It's like dumb. Dumb person, baka. Yeah, but that's rude. So be careful. Yeah, rude sign. Yeah, that's true. Idiot or stupid. Yeah. You could do like something like this. This is a very like this is a genuinely rude way to sign. Like dumb is like, oh, that's it's kind of dumb. But like if you're gonna genuinely sign somebody stupid, like and you're really trying to be like mean, which I don't recommend doing. It's just not cool. But like the correct way to do it would be like stupid. But that's like you're attacking somebody, and so it doesn't make you look the nicest if you do that. But then again, people also use that sign in VR as the same as dumb. So like if somebody calls you stupid, they're just like playing around. Don't take it like they just assaulted you. But it is important that people start understanding that that is a word that you use whenever you're trying to talk about how extremely like stupid something is or someone is. But it is really rude to do so. If you sign that to a deaf person, they're probably gonna beat your ass or want to. So the sign for bye. You would literally just like fingerspell bye. B-I. 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 Bye. Yeah. I'm bye. Yeah. I'm not actually bye. I'm pen, but you know, it is what it is. So tech and technician. So tech. You have your open palm right here. You have an 8 hand with your middle finger down. So the sign for tech. Now if you add person, it becomes technician. That's an advanced sign. I like it. That's an advanced sign. So I'm not expecting everybody to remember every sign here, but I'm going to leave them up on the board. And if you need to ask me again how to sign something, I have no problem doing so. There's no dumb questions, and I have all the patience in the world. A sign for training or practice. You guys remember? Training and or practice. They're the same sign. So you have your finger, you have your grindstone. You're grinding, right? You're practicing. You're grinding. You're training. You're training. Now, want and wanted. So if you want something, what do you sign? Like in the now, want. But if you wanted something before, what do you sign? If it was something in the past, yeah, you throw it in the past, right? Like before, I wanted food, and now I'm not hungry. So, yeah, you throw it in the past. If you're talking about something that was far back in the past, you would exaggerate it. It was all the way back in the past. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. I wanted that. Now, I showed two signs for anxious or anxiety. Show me both of them. Just show me one of them, actually. I'm sure not everybody's gonna use the same one. Cool. Yeah. So anxious, right? And then the other one If you use this one, good. If not, it doesn't matter. Like they're both the same. Just this one's more used in real life, and it's a lot easier. So you have your person classifier that's sitting. This is the sign for sit if it's not moving, right? So you have your two legs. You're sitting. Now, if you're shaking back and forth, you're anxious. You're anxious. Your legs are shaking. You're anxious. You have anxiety. A lot of people here are anxious. I have anxiety sometimes. That's very normal. A sign for platonic. So once again, with platonic, you would just finger spell it. Just finger spell it to get your point across. Because that one's more of a. I don't believe that's really a word that's used a lot in just straight ASL. Definitely don't think so. So yeah, it's more of a word that you would just finger spell. A lot of words are like that too. Like if it's a word that you would use in like regular English grammar, then like a lot of the times if it doesn't have a sign, you just finger spell it, of course, and you're gonna have to get used to that. If you can't find something on the internet, then it doesn't have a sign, you would just finger spell it. And genuinely, even if you're talking to somebody that only uses ASL grammar, a lot of the times they'll understand what you mean too. So that's just a habit to get into. Gay and lesbian. I can't speak lesbian. Yeah, there's only one difference between gay and lesbian, right? So the design for gay, yeah, a G hand on the chin. Now lesbian, you're just popping up that thumb, popping up that thumb. Here in Immersed, we're very accepting of everybody. Does not matter. Does not matter who you are. We love everyone except bad people. No, the sign for toilet or the sign for restroom or bathroom, all the same sign, right? But technically, you would be signing toilet. You know the sign for toilet. So T T with your wrist out, you shake it back and forth in a circular motion. Make sure you're not doing it with your palm facing towards yourself. That means Saturday if you're doing it like this. And if you do it with the T and you do it with your palm facing yourself, it means Tuesday. So make sure your palm is facing away from you if you're doing toilet. Your palm needs to be facing away from you. They're very similar signs. So now we got to our last one, trans or transgender. So you guys remember that one? So trans, right? Start with your open hand. You go over your heart. You close it over your heart. If you're talking about male, you're a male trans. You would sign male. You would sign male. So start off with the same sign for dad, right? And then you bring it down to the middle of your chest. So male, trans. Female would be the sign for mom, but then you bring it down to your chest again. So female, female. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add a word, but and this would be a good one for Cheetah to have their own way to sign it too. Non-binary, right? I use one way to specifically sign this that I like. What? Because we talked about everything else. Yeah, you could just no whatever, dude. There's okay, whatever. There's two ways that I know of to sign it, but my preferred what method would just be like to fingerspell non-binary or NB. But if you want to like actually sign it a little bit differently, you can go not choose. You're not going to choose between these two. This is your classifier for you have two different options, right? So not choose. But oh yeah, that is another way. Yeah. Chi is showing it's kind of similar to the sign for trans, but then you're closing it into with both hands. You're closing into your chest. So non-binary. There's a few different ways that are really cool to sign that. Like that. Very cool. I like that one. Cool. Is there any questions? Like right now would be a cool time to answer any questions. So questions before we get to communicating with each other and practicing that way. Cool. You guys don't have any questions. Well, if you have any questions, then then you can just ask me during this little interval that we'll be having. But so again, I want everybody to take a moment. If you have somebody around in this room and you feel comfortable enough to do so, go up to a person that you haven't met before that has a white name, start a conversation. I released a video about how to start conversations and how to practice doing that in my last class that I taught last Wednesday. There's a video that just got a release today, thanks to unknown Krevzz, wherever Krevzz is. I'm blind right now. Um, but yeah. Okay, I can see. Yeah, I can see now. Sorry, all the names are like overlapping each other. So yeah, we got a new video, a couple new videos out from the classes that we had before in the archive section of the Discord for the Sign Hub YouTube. So if you'd like to go and like rewatch the video on how to practice your conversational skills, I would recommend doing so. So I want you guys to find somebody you haven't met before. If you guys are open to it, no pressure. No, I don't want you guys to stress out about it. But like, I just try to encourage everybody to try and make a new friend every time they come in here, because I'm pretty sure not every single person is friends with every single person in here. So just practice, and it'll also help you break the ice with somebody, and practice just getting used to starting that conversation. So I want to go ahead and start now. We'll do this for about 15 minutes, and then we'll review just a little bit more, and then we'll end the class. 30 minutes after, like 30 minutes after, we'll end the class completely. And then if you need to stay and practice, like we'll be here for a couple hours. Usually we always like stay and hang out. So if you need to practice your finger spelling, Chi will be doing a finger spelling review after the class. And yeah, okay, go ahead and start.
And in scalding water
so
on purpose, not to hurt
we've
myself,
actually been
but
killing a
because
lot
it
of time,
really
which is really cool.
itched,
It's really pog.
like,
We're gonna actually go
on my
ahead and
hand.
end the class here. If you need to practice and stay in review and stuff like that, we're gonna
And
be here to help you guys do that. Chi will be doing a finger spelling lesson and helping those who need to learn that. So if you want to stay here for that, go ahead and stay and pay attention. If not, then you're free to go. But I appreciate everybody for coming. If you're not inside the Immersed Discord, there's a link at the beginning at discord.gg/immersed. Please join if you guys are looking to like come to future classes or see it or come to a class with Akira inside of Discord with webcam. Um, so other than that, like I appreciate everybody's time. Our next class will be tomorrow at 9 o'clock with Akira inside of VR chat. So if you're looking to keep attending, then tomorrow at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, it'll be on the schedule over there. Akira will be doing her lesson, and then my next class will be on Wednesday at the same time as today, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. Huh? Oh yeah, true. Say guys, also we have another teacher for the community actually. So Chi, one of my really good friends now, has volunteered to be our Friday teacher for a no voice zone class. So they will be teaching without an interpreter. So it'll be good practice if you need to like learn how to read sign better. If you just want to be able to just practice your overall ability to communicate with people without using an interpreter. She will be doing a more advanced class on Fridays. If you're looking to just like start getting into more advanced vocabulary or whatever she decides to start practicing and teaching. So stay tuned for that. It'll be at, I believe, 8 o'clock. Or is it 9 or 8? Huh? 5? 5 PST, so 7 o'clock. Oh, that's POG. So 7 o'clock Central Standard Time or 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You guys can come to class on Friday for more of an advanced lesson. So stay tuned for that. She was very nice last week and was able to teach countries, so they got a little bit of inspiration to go ahead and start having their own class.
Okay. Fuck you for that,
Awesome.
dude. That was scary.
So, once again, I appreciate everybody for coming. And I look forward to like having more classes with you guys. If you have any questions, let me or any of the helpers know. And I'll see you guys like next class.